Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. This is Thursday, the 28th day of November 2025. There is a statement that people used to say that if you want to hide something from a black man, you put it in the book. You hide the thing inside the book because they will not read and pay attention or have patience to understand what is written in the book. Now, yesterday, my attention was drawn to something, not that I don't know before, but the issue here is, prior to 1999 Constitution and its subsequent amendments, Christianity was in the Nigerian Constitution. Now, this video is not all about religion. Pay attention. Christianity was mentioned in the Nigerian Constitution, I think only two times, and Islam was mentioned, I think, 20 times. Okay, but that is not the problem. Now, during the 1999 Constitution and the subsequent amendments, they removed Christianity out of Nigerian Constitution, and they mentioned Sharia 73 times. What did I say? Christianity was removed from Nigerian Constitution, and they mentioned Sharia 73 times. They mentioned Grand Qadi 54 times. They mentioned Islam 28 times, and they mentioned Muslims 10 times. No single African religious belief, no Ondokun, no anything Jewish or Christianity. Let me tell you, see, you can deceive people, for some time. You can deceive everybody for some time, but you can't deceive everybody all the time. It's only few people you can deceive all the time. There is a grand plan. And Abdul Salami, you see that man that always go and do peace meeting before election. Abdul Salami is the architect of removing Christianity from Nigerian Constitution and replacing it with Sharia 73 times. Nobody is asking this question. In a secular state, you put Sharia into the Constitution. In a secular state, we have a state police. People are clamoring for state police. People don't understand that in the northern state, we already have state police. These are Hizbah. They will tell you they are for Muslims, but they arrest Christians and people are like. I told you how my friend was detained, that he took someone that has given birth to him as a wife to the hotel when they lodged in Kanu. He was arrested. He's a Christian. He was detained for 5 days. So we have all these things going on in Nigeria, but because of people who have business interests, the influencer is being paid with politicians, connected with politicians. They keep on defending rubbish. Why do they embed 73 times Sharia in Nigerian Constitution while removing Christianity? These videos you're about to watch tells it more.
Which country in the world do you see two laws side by side running the country? Tell me any country in the world. The northern part is in penal code. The southern is ruled by criminal code. Two laws. And the only reason they have not pronounced Nigeria a Sharia nation, just one reason: they have not fully captured Southwest. And you have heard in the last few days the Sharia fire in Southwest. Backed up from the Sultanate, an agenda is going on to Islamize this country. And it's not a hidden fact. To the outside world, Nigeria is a Muslim nation. Nigerian constitution is a Muslim constitution. Telling ourselves the truth, except we want to sleep. Please, I want it written down that God sent one of you to tell the truth. Whether we are going to be able to do it or not is left for us. But the truth is, except we put the sole of our feet in the governance of this nation, prayer is good, we continue to pray. Fasting is good, we continue to fast. Teaching moral is good. Let me just read this out to you. 1 minute 36 seconds. Sharia is mentioned in Nigerian Constitution 73 times. Islam 28 times. Grand Qadi 54 times. Muslim 10 times. In the Nigerian Constitution of 1999, as amended, as they used to say, I've told you that constitution should be trashed. It's a lie. There is no single mention of Christ, no single mention of Christian, no single mention of Christianity, no single mention of church. Then I ask you, is Nigeria a secular state? Is Nigeria a secular state? Constitutionally, Nigeria is an Islamic state. I have told us we need, our educational system is Islamized. I remember the problem in Kwara. Some of us remember the problem in Kwara when Christian schools were taken over. And they asked the governor of Kwara State, you get to a school of 48 teachers, 40 are Muslims, only 8 are Christians. And those 8 are to teach BK. You got a church of 60 teachers, 55 are Muslims, only 5 are Christians. Then they asked the governor, is this fair? He said, I know it is not fair, but that was what I meant. That was what I meant. That's what is going on, sir. Please, let's wake up.
You see, anybody who tells you that the concept of Sharia is a dogma that is intended to regulate the activity of Muslims alone in Nigeria is lying to you. It's what we call what's the Islamic word? Takia. It's takia. It's a deception. The purpose of Sharia in Nigeria is primarily a tool for control, whether Muslims or Christian. Control. I was watching my friend Sam K on TikTok. When they want to put up the Sharia laws in Kanu, the Bet Niger shop that was closed, was it a Muslim shop? When they seized bottles of alcohol in Kanu to break, is it Muslim beer? There is no way Sharia will be operated in Nigeria and it is going to be restricted to Muslims alone. You see, there's something about Muslim in Nigeria that I will let you know. If we are, let's say in Nigeria here, we are like 50 Christians in a community, and you allow one Muslim to come, there's going to be peace. When they become 2, there will be peace. When they become 3, there will still be doctored peace. Just leave them, let them become 10, just 10. They will start telling you that, look, they want to be in charge of that community, even though they are 10. That is what is happening in Nasarawa State. That is what is happening in Adamawa State. That is what is happening in every other state. Even states like Plateau State, where they are about 10%, they still want to control because they realize their population is significant. This is the mischief and the incorrigibility of the type of Muslims, the type of Islam we practice in Nigeria. Sharia is one of the most retrogressive doctrine that has been implemented in Nigeria. Look, when I take on these topics, you think that I am trying to cause division or trying to insult a particular religion. Christianity, even with all its drawbacks, doesn't harm anybody, doesn't prevent other religions from practicing their religion. But those behind Sharia are using it as a tool to assert their superiority and dominance above every other Nigerian citizen. You see, have you ever taken time to know the life of Christians in Muslim-dominated state? It's a life you don't want to imagine. Trust me, as a Christian in Muslim-dominated state, don't even think about becoming a director in the civil service. There's a limit to which you can be promoted to. Don't even think about becoming a vice chancellor in university. Don't even think about getting a head in any place, because you are considered an infidel, a less than a human being. Sabuar de kazaba hana yankawa. That's what they say here. Your familiarity with the fowl, no matter how familiar you are with the chicken, it will not prevent you from slaughtering it for any festive occasion. That's what they tell Christians here. Sabuar de kaza by hana yankawa. No matter how familiar you are with the chicken, it will not stop you from cutting it. You can see the mentality. You can see the ideology behind such a statement. That's how they see you. For me, Nigeria should be spelled out in categorical letters to be a secular state where Christianity and Islam do not pose to have dominance above the other religion. Whether you like it or not, there are people in power. They are in your Senate, they are in your House of Reps, they are in your executive, trying to assert the superiority of Islam above any other religion in this country. I feel pity for politicians in the South who think, for some weird reason, that because they are in the same political business together, they are the same and share mutual understanding. Unfortunately, you are just the proverbial Sabuwar de Kaza by Hana Yankawa. In their eyes, you are disposable, you are dispensable. Until you realize this, you understand that those people clamoring for Sharia in Nigeria are not clamoring for Sharia because of the interests of Islam. They are clamoring for Sharia because it's a necessary tool that will dissipate into the full control of everybody in Nigeria.
In case you are wondering who this man is a very dangerous religious extremist that hates Christians. Do you know that this man is in Nigeria currently? Yes, he's in Nigeria currently. Do you know that many countries have banned this man from entering their country? They banned him because of all his dangerous rhetoric against Christians. This man has shown so much hate towards Christians that many countries have banned him from coming into their countries. But guess what? Nigerian Muslims invited this man to Nigeria. He's currently in Nigeria for a conference. Do you know what this man said that got him banned from many countries? Let me show you the video, what he said.
When Muslims go and conquer the adjacent country, what do? We kill them all? No. The Prophet says, the first thing you do is call them to Islam. If they refuse, then tell them Allah obliged upon you to pay taxation. In return, when enemy comes and attack your country, you don't fight. We Muslims protect you. Subhanallah, for this little money? Yes. And you enjoy sitting in your homes and in your country and live your life normally. But the ruling is for Sharia. So you do not open nightclubs, you do not fornicate. If they refuse, then we have to fight. And if we fight you, then we capture you, you become our slaves, and we take your land, and you take because you refuse. I give you two good options in the coming 40, 50 years when the Muslims become strong as they're supposed to be.
And he said that in many years to come, that there will not be any Christian again, or any religion again, only Islam. And anybody that is still practicing Christianity, if they don't join Islam, they are going to buy the person. That is what he's trying to say. And this man was invited to Nigeria. But yet, they want us to believe that there's no Christian genocide in Nigeria. And they keep inviting all these religious extremists to Nigeria. But they want us to believe that there's no Christian genocide. How? Why do they keep inviting these extremists to Nigeria? These extremists that hate Christians. As a Christian myself, I am worried. This is why these people hate Igbos, because we are predominantly Christian and we will not allow them Islamize Nigeria. We will not live under any Sharia law.
There's this move to divide Nigeria. Advice from the Vice President, Mr. Shetima. Well, it's a good thing that he is the one saying what he says. But Nigeria is already divided. Even if he is aware that Nigeria is divided, ask him now. Nigeria as one country has two laws that are governing or that are being run concurrently in one country called Nigeria. For instance, in the north, we have penal code. Penal code in the north simply means that it protects. It's more of like a religious kind of a law that protects homicide. You know, when you commit homicide in that area and you said you did it to protect the names of Allah, you can't be. Nothing will happen to you. In the south, we have criminal code. So, in one country, two laws are governing that country. So, is that no division already? That one shock you. Go live for that area of law. We have state police. Who are the state police? The North already have their own state police, which is called Hizbah. Hizbah started, they said it's meant for only the Islamic people, but Hizbah can arrest any religion person, any person that is not, even if you are not a Muslim, they will arrest you, deal with you, because that is a state police, and it's run in Nigeria, acceptable, and no country. There was a video that popped up that a particular man came out to cry that the Sharia court have almost taken over his shop, until when the outcry was high, when that man came into the matter, that was when they released the guy's shop for him. In one country, two laws. How do you justify that? Okay, the third one, the military wings, the Boko boys, the Fulani terrorists. These are the military wings in that angle. And you see, the so-called clerics cannot come boldly and defend or condemn what these terrorists are doing. They would rather tell you that there was, I think one of these clerics A prominent leader in the north, he said, killing Boko Haram is like you are killing, because Boko Haram are their northern brothers. So if anybody that killed them is killing their brothers. Isa Pantami, the former minister, is the minister of communication. He was so high defending this terrorist. So if you are talking, and it's on record, it's not like we are just making it up. You can Google it. So Nigeria is divided. There's no way you are going to say it is time for us to come together. Nobody is coming anywhere together. If we are together, you don't need to keep preaching this unity. Why is it that Nigerian leaders keep they become unity beggars? You are begging for unity when there is no unity. Absolutely, there is no unity. All of us know. Everybody knows. Say everybody just look everybody's eyes like this. When if you are not from a certain region, especially in the northern part of the country, which they believe that they are the supremacists, they are the ones that are supposed to rule in every angle, you will not be entitled to other jobs in the country. There are certain things you cannot do. If you do it and you are not from the north, you are in trouble. Let's say the truth. Nothing like beating around the bush. Because of the news that I saw that the vice president have just posted. Nigeria is divided. Okay, you don't say Nigeria is divided. And now we are waiting for America. When they call help us do it, when they first help us dislodge those terrorists, the next move is make everybody kukuma they go. Let's cut off the cancer so that it will not end up destroying others. Because this thing cannot stop. It's just like it's built on ideology, and everyone believes that this ideology must be accomplished. So you see so many prominent politicians supporting this evil. So how will you now say Nigeria is not divided when terrorists are given peace deal, known criminals are being pardoned, while activists are being jailed in the country? If you go out to protest, the government will tear gas you. Sometimes they buy some people in that regard. But yesterday or day before yesterday, I saw people marching to protest in Lagos. No police tear gas them. Nothing happened to them. They were just protesting. The Nigerian police did not say they should come and submit their letter before they go and protest. Or they did not tell them where to go and protest. They did not even tell them that this protest you are coming out to come and protest, we call unrest. They were protesting peacefully. There was no problem. And that to say that it is government organized protest. It is not the people's protest. If they say they want protest, then Nigerian police will be giving you court orders. In democracy, you are telling people not to protest. And when we did not protest, the matter don't reach where we are not in control. You are now calling people to come and sympathize with you. When we go out to even air our grievances, you don't want to listen. And now you are begging people to come and unite with you so that we will now join hands and say Americans are lying. Lying that we are on ground zero. We they see what they go on. So at the end of the day, when we succeeded coming together with you and deceiving ourselves that Americans are lying, when they leave, then reality.com, we'll go back to the factory setting, Abi. Okay, check out well, though. You don't divide, Nigeria don't divide. This one, we are just living on a borrowed time. I'm telling you, that's what it will happen. Please do well to share this video and let it get to everyone. Thank you for watching and God bless you.
Good day to our viewers all over the world and welcome back to Local Journal. I've never seen any country in the world where two laws run side by side in that country, except only in Nigeria. I don't know why we should be having the penal code, the penal law, which we all practice in Nigeria, running side by side with the Sharia law practiced in the north, and by extension being forced into other southern part of the country. Honestly, we all know that this Sharia thing is the thing taking our country back and is the reason why we are facing the issue we are facing today in Nigeria. This Sharia law has taken us back to the Stone Age because these people don't want anything like development in the country. Of course, you can see how the penal law has been taking effect and has been working for us as a country, not just in Nigeria alone. Every other countries in the world where this penal law thing is applicable and where it's properly being practiced, of course you see how they develop and move fast at a faster pace. But in countries where Sharia law is practiced, there is no way there will be room for development because their things are archaic. That is just it. Take for instance, in the far north, these people say they don't like alcohol, they don't drink, they don't take alcohol. Meanwhile, in the penal code, penal law, there is nothing bad about consuming alcohol. If you don't want it yet, you take from the tax, then it's hypocrisy. You share from the tax these alcohol companies generate for Nigeria. However, when it comes to having them on your own homeland in your state, you don't want it because you feel like it's against your law. Who does that? Make it make sense. This is like trying to rob Peter to pay Paul, and the government is not even doing anything about it because it's the government that had empowered the people. If the government had not empowered these people right from time, this whole mess will not be here for us to be talking about today. The 1999 Constitution, as amended, is flawed because like it's making Nigeria an Islamic state instead of a secular state. Just like it's been stated in this video, if for instance those words stated in the penal code, the penal law, in the interest of the Muslims you have in this country were for the Christians, do you think Nigeria will be as it is today? These guys would have been protesting. Nigeria would have been on fire by now, and they would have done everything to abolish that law. But for the fact that it's in their favor and everything they are doing is binded by the Constitution, because the Constitution supports it, this is the reason why this whole thing, this whole mess is going on in Nigeria today. You can call it that, okay, it's just applicable to people of the same faith, the Muslim faith alone. However, the impact is going to affect everybody. I don't want to like go far deep. We can see what happened in Sokoto, where Deborah was lynched, and it was as a result of that Sharia law. Now, many Muslims came out to support the killing of an innocent soul. It has happened in several places as you understand. We can give countless of incidents related or relating to this Sharia law that been barbaric, and like it's inhuman. So it's high time we all come out to say that we don't want Sharia law in Nigeria. We don't want it to take effect in Nigeria, because Nigeria is a secular country. Nigeria is not just meant for one religion. So nobody should even be talking about this in the first instance, except probably maybe they are tired of this country and they want to do away with this country. If they are tired, and if of course they don't want this country again, then they can start talking about sharing the country so that you can practice it properly. You can use only Sharia law in your own country or in your own region. But for the fact that this one Nigeria still exists and we are binded by a superior law, there won't be any room for Sharia. Because if that is the case, then the Christian of course can go and create their own law so that it can be applicable for them. And you see that, okay, with that many madness will start, and there won't be like control again, there won't be orderliness again. So for the sake of sanity, for the sake of peace, for the sake of development, for the sake of the future of this country, because of course the future is already bleak and unity is at stake already. If they really want us to continue as one Nigeria, in the best interest of everybody, I will suggest they abolish this law and use only the penal law, which we are all using. Kindly drop what you think about this in the comment section, and if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel.